10 of the best fights in the Fate series. Okay, from now on, I'll let the noble phantasms do the talking. Who cares about the Battle of Servants when you have two sisters trying to kill each other? Well, Sakura is the only one with the killing intention. But Rin had to be a drama queen and go on with a callous attitude just so she can prove her point. Technically, Heaven's Feel isn't the official route of Rin, but she handled herself well for a side character and even managed to win Shirou's affection. The battle wasn't something much longer like many other fights in the series, and it might just be Rin showing she's a badass when she has a knife in her hand. But this was a huge bonding moment for the two sisters, and the very final trigger to detach Sakura from the Angrad Manu. Yeah, so technically Rin did most of the job. The most cheerful and sexiest overpowered goddess of all time. That's Quetzalcoatl. We've got a lot of gods running around in Babylonia, but the one to triumph them all is the one and only Quetzalcoatl. She doesn't challenge only one, but challenges all of them to a one versus all fight that ends up with a lot of broken bones and ribs. And can we also take a moment to appreciate the choreography of the fight? It's got aero acrobatics, ground combat, fast-moving cameras, all amalgamating into 2 minutes of jam-packed action that ends with placing Quetzalcoatl on the best girl list. If you are playing the mobile game, now you know which servant to choose for your next battle. Normally, in anime chases, you get these blurry movements with character monologues, but in Fate, you get to witness a chase that goes through the road, above the buildings, and into the lake in all its glory. Ufotable is known for its brilliant camera animation because of the unique way they combine traditional 2D animation with CGI, and the result looks absolutely amazing. We have seen Lancer in action a lot, so the main focus of this fight is Assassin, and he managed to shine the spotlight all on himself when he literally ripped the heart out of our favorite servant and fed him to the Holy Grail. What can I say? Lancer died, and you aren't human. Saber versus Lancer. Unlike many other fights in this list, this may not be a visual spectacle, but what matters is the strategy. Without even knowing the story, you can tell this is a fight between two legendary heroes. There's the concept of chivalry going around too often. Both opponents are intelligent enough to predict each other's moves. And there's the subtle tension going around, urging you to know what's going on next. In terms of tension, there are clearly many fights that can triumph this one, but this deserves a spot in my list. Purely due to the way it steps away from the traditional fighting and implements more strategy to it. And don't forget, this is just Ufotable flexing their muscles. We always know what we get when they unleash their full power. Let's move away from the fight in the main series and take a look at Fate fights later in the series, and I'm happy to say they didn't disappoint us with the Sieg versus Karna fight. This wasn't something done by Ufotable, but you can tell it matches the animation style of it all. The animators also made sure to combine their own unique style to the fight to make it more interesting. Even though Sieg was destined to triumph in this one, I still had my hopes up for Karna because he was my favorite. Plus, he didn't have the power of being the main character, so his powers had to take a back seat. 俺に自由なる勝利の輝きは Gen Urobuchi weaved an epic moral drama by combining ancient heroes with modern humans, and the climax of the story was between the two main agents of the war. One is an assassin blinded by a false ideal. The other is a crazy priest who finds great satisfaction in the most bizarre things. This fight resembles the Kakashi vs Obito fight, but with guns. There are no conversations, no subtle wordplay, no backstory of any sort. It's just two guys punching the hell out of each other via a complex magic system. From the start of the fight to Kiritsugu's ending bullet, everything was perfectly choreographed, and to this day, this is still one of the greatest fight scenes in the Fate series. Berserker is one hulking giant who's good at screaming and smashing things. And how can one human handle against the man who completed the 9 tasks of Hercules? With the 9 lives blade works, of course, the Heaven's Feel route was what gave Shirou the most amount of character development. And with character development also came some overpowered abilities to take down giants single-handedly. Since Ufotable got tons of movie budget, they weren't picky in spending the cash. So in return, we got this one gorgeous fight scene where Shirou takes down one of the strongest Greek heroes with his own weapon. Berserker got defeated for a second time in the Heaven's Feel franchise. So sorry, Mr. Hercules, seems like you didn't land on the healthiest route. Rotten mouths go into a fight, and in return we get a visual spectacle. Even though people are speaking a lot about other fights, I feel like this one isn't discussed very much in the community. If you go by the name and think this is a fight between a guy with a bow and a guy with a lance, oh, you're sorely mistaken. Think again. So what's the secret of this fight? Magic, animation, noble phantasms. Boy, there's a whole lot going on here. Both the servants unleashed their best attacks, and Ufotable didn't forget to complement all of that with their superb animation. Archer and Lancer gave us one hell of a showdown, and their fight was one of the best anime fights I've ever seen. Saber was a badass back when she was in all those servants, but her ultra form takes things a step further and doesn't forget to land loops with each of her attacks. That was only one major fight scene in the second Heaven's Feel movie, the servant to intimidate the audience in a fight like this would be Berserker. But Saber also had this aurora around her that foreshadowed her victory at the end of the fight. Her power levels had also grown in a drastic amount, as I mentioned. Instead of the Excalibur, she has the Excalibur Morgan. Or should I say the full chance? Hammer of the Vile King. Overturn the aurora. Swallow the light. Excalibur Morgan. Can go back up to 15 years, but never in those 15 years have we witnessed something like this. Like most anime fight scenes, the stakes and visuals are what keeps the audience gripped. But this time, the stakes are amplified and the visuals have reached a whole new level. Yeah, seriously, we can build an entire country for a budget allocated for these visuals alone. That final fate project, and this fight is the best example of it. There are multiple little phantasms flying here and there, and each character got a moment to shine during the fight. It was rather tragic to see Saber being one of the final villains in this specific fate route, but on the other hand, we got to see Ryder and Shirou trusting each other and using powers to their highest potential. I don't know about you, but this is the most visually stunning fight I've ever seen in any anime so far, and I challenge you to prove me wrong. So there goes the best Fate fight scenes of all time. The Heavens Feel trilogy brought tears to our eyes with its animation and visuals, and I'm here lamenting about how the original Fate series has ended now, but I'm gonna keep my hopes up, and so should you. As usual, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification button so you get an update every single time we release a new video. Stay safe, anime fans.